Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli, the computer guy, here for the Daily Blob, and we have good news. The Trump administration has finally secured a deal to put TikTok into American hands. Because by God, as a red-blooded American, I'm gonna tell you, if anybody is going to give my data to the Chinese government, by God, I do believe it should be Rupert Murdoch so that he can make another $1 billion. The idea that TikTok was giving my data to the Chinese government for free as a capitalist, I find to be utterly ridiculous. Again, in the modern world, if the modern world, the Chinese government is going to get my data, they should have to pay at least 12 cents per record for it. So yay! TikTok is alive, I guess. To be clear, here with my particular bias, I don't get TikTok. Again, to be clear, I didn't get Snapchat. Honestly, I never really understood Twitter. Like, I try to intellectualize Twitter. I never really understand Twitter. I never really got TikTok, right? So TikTok being the whole video platform thing. I had friends who were like, oh my God, TikTok is so addictive. And so I stayed away from TikTok. I stayed away from TikTok for a long time because I was like, I don't want to get addicted. like back when you're kids and somebody tries a drug and they're like, oh my God, it's so addicting. It's like, okay, I'm not going to do that drug. Right? But anyways, right after a little bit of time, I was like, well, maybe I will take a hit of that TikTok. And I downloaded the TikTok and I used it for like a week or two. And to be clear, I still don't get it. Apparently it's amazing. I have been told it's amazing. Anyways, I could care less. I had a TikTok account for about 2 weeks and then deleted it. But for a lot of folks, it is an important thing. And so now, Trump signs executive order facilitating the TikTok deal. So he has been trying to put TikTok into American hands since his administration. So we are now looking at, holy shit, 5 years later, and it looks like we may finally have a deal. The president signed the order Thursday after the administration had signaled that a deal was being finalized between Chinese and U.S. officials. President Donald Trump signed an executive order. Don't you love how it's always an executive order? Remember how bills become laws? Whatever happened to that? Anyways, order Thursday paving the way for a TikTok deal that could transfer majority ownership of the app to Americans. While it appears the terms of the agreement are set, it is likely to take more time for the sides to close the deal as they hammer out finer legal and financial points. Quote, this is going to be an American operated all the way, Trump said during the signing on Thursday. Quote, I have great respect for President Xi, and I very much appreciate that he approved the deal because to get it done properly, we really needed the support of China and the approval of China. I do wonder here what was traded away, right? So Xi, good or bad, he has been taking a harder line with the United States. And so if the Chinese government has agreed for TikTok to be sold or divested or whatever the hell's going on here, I do wonder what they got out of the deal. I'm not sure we will ever fully know, or at least we won't fully know for 3.5 years until they write the book on the subject, but I would be curious to understand what that is. Under the new framework agreement outlined in the executive order, TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, and its affiliates will own less than 20% of TikTok, while, and this is interesting, quote, certain investors will retain 80% ownership. So, investors will have 80% ownership in TikTok. Doesn't that make you feel more comfortable as an American citizen? Investors will own 80% of TikTok. The plan would achieve the, quote, qualified divestiture required for TikTok to comply with federal law, according to the order. It is not clear who all the parties of the deal are, but Trump said during the signing that Oracle and its co-founder Larry Ellison will play a big role. It's kind of interesting to see Larry Ellison to come back so much more in the news. So he is the founder, CEO of Oracle. Oracle is one of those companies that almost nobody has talked about for years, right? You think about Microsoft. There's like Bill Gates. You think about Apple, and there's Steve Jobs, and you think about all the good people in tech or the bad people in tech. And one of the curious things is Ellison just does what he does. Ellison just does what he does. And they don't really talk about him a lot. So what's curious here is Oracle got an agreement with OpenAI, was like $300 billion, contract for infrastructure services. And so now with this, if Larry Ellison is part of this TikTok deal, it'll be curious to see what exactly is going on with Oracle and where they're going in the future. Like with Oracle years ago, they bought Sun Microsystems, right? So Oracle was basically a database company. Unless you had to deal with enterprise databases, you just didn't deal with Oracle. And then in the early 2000s, right, there's this company called Sun Microsystems. So Sun Microsystems had basically created like Unix workstations, and it was their own hardware, their own operating system, Solaris, Unix, and they were floundering, right, in the rise of Microsoft, the Wintel duopoly. They were floundering. They were trying to figure out how to make their business more successful, and so they decided to become the stewards of the open source community. That went poorly. So they bought MySQL back when that was fully open source. They bought, I think they bought VirtualBox. They bought a lot of open source projects. And the idea being is, okay, well, Sun Microsystems is going to pivot to kind of being the stewards of all of these open source projects. The concept there from a business standpoint is you give the product away for free, but if you need consulting services, if you need that enterprise level support, then you pay a tremendous amount of money to get access to that. That just didn't work out for Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems they screwed the pooch on that one. So Oracle came in and bought Sun Microsystems. So all of these cherished open source projects that the tech community absolutely loved and adored, yeah, Oracle now owned them, and it looked like Oracle was going to be pivoting more into that. I'm not saying consumer space, but into more of the more spreading out their relations with the tech community into these lower value products. But since then, I mean, I'm sure they've done stuff. But it's not a lot. It's not like, wow. Have you used VirtualBox lately? Like, if you use VirtualBox in 2025, it looks a lot like VirtualBox in 2008. Like MySQL, again, they've improved over the years, but right, there's not a lot of these projects that it seems like, wow, thank God Oracle bought them. And Oracle just seems to have made their money doing the whole database thing as they were doing before. So it becomes interesting now. Again, you think about 2025, you think about technology pivoting and all that kind of stuff, companies having to pivot. It is curious with Ellison and Oracle getting involved with OpenAI, now trying to get involved with TikTok. I do wonder if this is a larger pivot to some kind of more like infrastructure as a service play, like infrastructure as a service for hyperscale. That'll be a curious business play, and I do wonder if that's what they're actually going for here. He added that tech entrepreneur Michael Dell and media mogul Rupert Murdoch, I wasn't making that shit up, will also be involved. Vice President J.D. Vance said more information will be revealed in the coming weeks. Trump told reporters last week that the investors are, quote, all very well-known people, very famous people, actually, financially. This gets to be my concern with everything that Trump does, is he likes bling, he likes fame, he likes things that you can put in clickbait. So with this transaction going on for TikTok, is TikTok going to the best people or the best companies to be able to actually support it, or is it going to the flashiest companies? The deal will allow for these American investors to control the app's algorithm, Vance said. When asked whether he wants to see the new algorithm suggest more MAGA content, Trump told reporters, quote, I always like MAGA related. Quote, if I could make it 100% MAGA, I would, but it's not going to work out that way, unfortunately. Trump said, quote, no, everyone's going to be treated fairly. Every group, every philosophy, every policy will be treated very fairly. I also think this is an interesting thing with the whole question of how these algorithms work, because basically what he seems to be saying here is that he has some control over how the algorithm actually works. So the idea, the concept with divesting TikTok is, since the Chinese government could theoretically collect information on Americans, that's why they had to be divested, right? The curious thing, right, a couple of years ago with all the support for the Gazans, right, there's a lot of people in the United States that really dislike the ethnic cleansing going on in Gaza and the people that are doing the ethnic cleansing. And so for a while there's a big push on TikTok, right? On TikTok, a lot of, pro-Palestinian content was being amplified on TikTok. And so our own politicians, our own senators and congresspeople, and came out and said how horrible this is, right? In a country that demands the concept of free speech, the idea that people were seeing what they wanted to see was horrible, right? And so that was one of the arguments that was put out there, is that it's not really about the Chinese Communist Party. It's really about the support for the Palestinians. And so what's curious here with Trump, right? Is this simply about moving the databases? Is this simply about cutting off control to administration, the systems, and all that kind of stuff? Or is this going to be a little bit more a finger on the scale for who gets amplified and who doesn't get amplified? And to be clear, my bias with all of this is I hate the amplification systems, right? When I scream about email, I scream about specific spammers and Louis Rossman sending me books. Voice to text. It's brutal sometimes. Anyways, right? I scream about specific things. Whereas, like with these platforms, whether it's Facebook or whether it's TikTok or Twitter or whatever out, there's these amplification mechanisms, right? I've talked about that before. Like when I go to Twitter, so I have a Twitter account just so I can search for things, since people still post crap to Twitter. I'll go to Twitter, and it's weird. I do not follow anybody on Twitter. It is just there to look for specific things. And when I open up the feed, the feed is all red hat garbage. It is all red hat, like hardcore red hat garbage. On the other hand, again, I created a Blue Sky account because I was like, well, maybe Blue Sky will be better. And when I was on Blue Sky, like all I followed was like Ars Technica's, Gizmodo, and Engadget, all these tech channels, and John Green, and a cartoon channel. That was cute. Anyways, right? Lots of tech channels, John Green, cute cartoon channel. And my feed was full of blue hairs screaming. Just, they wouldn't shut up. And it's like, what the fuck? I just want to see TCP/IP. I just want to see TCP/IP. Anywho, and so like that's the concern, like I say, for me with the amplifications. And so what'll be curious here, right, is so TikTok is being divested by ByteDance because of the U.S. government interference or getting in there. The control or whatever is now going to be handed to well-known, famous people that apparently really like to slobber over Trump's ring, right? So when they get access, when they get control over the algorithm, what's the impetus going to be there to push the scale one way or the other? At the end of the day, for me, I don't care. Again, I use TikTok for 2 weeks. I literally do not give a crap about that platform, but I will be curious to see how this moves going into the future. So what do you think about this? What do you think about TikTok finally being divested by ByteDance? What do you think about the Chinese government seem to be okay with it? What family jewels did Trump have to sell to get them to say okay? Right? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. If you hate these videos, give us a thumbs down. Call me amazing. Call me a moron. Just be a real big dog and do it down there in that comment section. Do you remember SiliconDojo.com exists? We're doing our first in-person class again in Durham, North Carolina on October 8th. We're going to have a class on AI, Olama, all kinds of stuff there. You can go to SiliconDojo.com to see more about that. We're also in Fireside Chat with the founder of a $2 billion cybersecurity company. That is coming up in a couple of weeks. SiliconDojo.com. Take a look, become a member. It's all free to the end user. And with that, see you all later.